organizational behavior. In this subject, we are doing chapter number 2, that is individual behavior. Now in this chapter, we have been discussing the topic of motivation. Motivation is a very important topic because it is something which induces employees in organization to put efforts in their work. In our last sessions, we have discussed a few theories of motivation. Let us continue with the same topic on theories of motivation. In our last session, we talked about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Then we talked about theory X and theory Y. The Maslow's hierarchy of needs talks about various levels of needs of a human being. And theory X and theory Y, they talk about the two types of people which exist in organization. Theory X says that generally human beings do not like to work and hence go into laziness. While theory Y says that people are open to work a lot. They want to do their work and want to perform in organizations. The next theories that we have done are the two-factor theory, which talks about the factors which are satisfiers and the factors which are dissatisfiers, or the hygiene factors. Now this theory says that the factors which are dissatisfiers, if they are removed, it doesn't mean that people are motivated. In order that an organization have motivated people, there should be motivating factors or satisfiers. The fourth theory that we have done was McClelland's theory of needs, which talked about three kinds of levels of needs. That was need for achievement, need for power, and need for growth. Now today, let us discuss another theory, which is Erg theory of motivation by Alderfer and goal setting theory of motivation. So first of all, let us see what is the Erg theory of motivation. Now Erg theory, or it is also called ERG theory of motivation. Now this theory is based on the fact that there are three groups of needs in an individual. Alderfer actually worked on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and he came up with this theory saying that an individual has three levels of needs. The first level of needs is the existence need, which includes Maslow's physiological and safety needs. The existence need in an organization may be the salaries, the job security, a good work environment, safety in the work, etc. The second group of needs is the relatedness group, which includes the social needs as per the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now in this need, interpersonal relationships in the organization with colleagues, subordinates or superiors are very important. People look for teamwork or belonging in this level of need. The third level of need is the growth need, which includes the self-esteem and the self-realization or the self-actualization need as per the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, this theory of motivation says that unlike what Maslow said, that when a person's need is satisfied, the person will move to an upper level or a higher level of need. This theory says that it is not necessary that a person will move from low to high. Sometimes the movement of the need can be even opposite. For example, if self-actualization need of a person is not satisfied, then the person may move to the lower need like the social needs or maybe the existence needs. This theory of motivation actually worked upon Maslow's hierarchy of needs but many of the questions based on the human behaviors could not be answered by the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So in this theory of needs, the basis is that a person will not move only in one direction. Also, a person will not remain on one need at a point of time. People may try to fulfill multiple needs at the same point of time. So that doesn't mean that if a person is trying to fulfill the psychological need, that person will not have a self-actualization need. Now this theory tries to throw light on the motivational factor of an individual based on the kind of drive they have in their mind. A person with a high drive on growth will always strive for that. But that does not mean that that person will not be satisfied or not be motivated by the other needs. So this is how the Erg theory of motivation explains the different drives of a human being, giving 3 groups of needs, that is existence, relatedness and growth. Now let us see the next theory, that is the goal setting theory. Now when goals are set in an organization or when they are communicated, it can either be achieved or missed. Why goals are achieved at some point of time and why goals are missed? Or why goals are achieved by some individuals or why they are missed by some other individuals? Or again, let us understand that why certain organizations always achieve their goals, but some organizations fail to achieve their goals. Now the goal setting theory is based on the way the goal setting process influences the performance of employees. This theory believes that the way a goal setting process happens will decide whether the employees will be motivated or not. So let us see what are different factors of goal setting theory. Now the different factors of goal setting theory are: number 1, clarity; number 2, commitment; number 3, challenge; and feedback. Now what does these 4 points say? So first of all, let us understand one thing. Why goals are achieved or why individuals strive to achieve goals. So first of all, when goals are clear in terms of each aspect of the goal, then individuals are motivated to work. Clarity of goals makes the employee work hard on something. But if there is no clarity, then employees are confused, and in that confusion, they will be demotivated to perform. So clarity of goals are important. First of all, the leaders or the management of an organization must set goals that are clear in terms of all the aspects. For example, how much you want to achieve, by what time you want to achieve, and how you want it to achieve. Now when this clarity is there, then employees will be able to perceive the kind of efforts they need to put to achieve these goals. So clarity is very important in a goal setting process. Second is commitment. Employees will be committed to the goals, first of all, if they also agree with the goals. So the goal setting process should not happen without the employees or should not happen without discussing with the employees. In fact, employees must set their goals on their own. When the leaders give their vision or what they are thinking about the future and ask the employees to set their own goals, employees will feel more committed to the actions required to achieve those goals. So self-setting is very important as far as goal setting process is concerned. When a person self-sets the goals, they feel responsible for their actions. Hence, it is important that employees are allowed to set their own goals so that commitment towards work is there. The third important aspect of a goal is that it should be challenging. When goals are not very challenging, when they are easily achievable, then human beings are not motivated to put more efforts. But when there is a challenging task, then they will put more efforts to achieve their goals. This is a basic human nature. Human beings always seek for challenging tasks because their need for growth is there. They want to grow in life, they want to do new things, and they want to learn new things. They always want to improve their capabilities by trying new things or challenging things. So when challenging task is there, then only the employees will be motivated to put more efforts. Lastly, again an important factor of goal setting is feedback. While there is a goal setting, we should also set the feedback system. When a proper feedback system is there, which is continuous, it allows the employees to understand where they have reached, how they are doing, and whether they need to change the way they work or not. Or on the other hand, if they are doing very good, they will be motivated to do it even better, and if they are not able to perform well, then they will be motivated to put more efforts so that they can perform well. Feedbacks actually helps everyone to adjust their working style or their efforts so that they can achieve the goals. So the goal setting theory is also one of the very important theory which should be applied in an organizations, because this is one thing which will motivate individuals to put efforts in their work. So I hope you have understood both of these theories. Thank you.